Good morning, everybody. We're going to be working on page 100 today, and we are going to be focusing on understanding and solving two-digit dividends, 38, right, a tens and a ones place, being divided by our divisor of 1, and we are going to be looking at our place value disk to help us divide today. Now remember, we still got that training wheels on. We're still practicing our division, still understanding the fundamentals of division using place value, array model, and area model. So let's get into the first one and let's start practicing right away. So here I'm working with 3, and we are going to be working with 8 divided by 3. And what's really amazing about this place value really makes us understand grouping and how we focus on groups. And with 8 divided by 3, our grouping is going to be our divisor, that 3. So what I'm going to work with is my dividend, and my dividend is going to be 8. So I'm going to focus on 8 circles, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 8 discs, right? And I'm going to put this little bar here to represent that we are working with these discs. And our divisor is 3, so I'm going to have to make 3 groups here. 3 groups, 1, 2, and 3, to use these discs and place 1 in each. Okay? So how it's going to work is I'm going to put a dot here and cross out, a dot here, cross out, and a dot here and cross out. We are using these discs and we are grouping them each to see how many groups of 3 can we get. So far we have 1. And then I'm going to start again. And now we have 2. However, we have a remainder here of 2. I don't have enough to put in a perfect amount of 3, right? It's just going to be 2. So here, our answer is going to be 2 is our quotient, and our remainder is 2. Okay? And then using, actually let's put that right under. Our quotient is 2, and our remainder is 2. Because I have 2 groups, right? Boom, boom. And with our standard algorithm today, we are going to be focusing here on our standard algorithm. And what's awesome about our standard algorithm is that we are going to focus on our multiples of 3. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. I'll stop right there. So remember, how many groups of 3 can we get to get as close to 8 as possible? How many groups of 3? Well, we have 2 groups, right? If we go to our 9, that's over 8. So we know that 3 can go 2 times. And our quotient is always above the house, right? I call this the house. So our quotient 2, because it's 2 groups, is always above. And 2 times 3 is 6. Subtract. And we'll get a remainder of 2. All right. So 2 is our quotient, and we have a remainder of 2. Now, what's really, really cool is we can check our answer by multiplying the quotient times our dividend, which is 6, plus the remainder, which is 8, we multiply our quotient with our divisor to get our dividend, which is 8. So that's how we know we are right. Boom. All right. So that is the first step in using standard algorithm and making sure that we are focusing on using place value disks to help us understand, to check our answer for our quotient and our remainder today. So let's go into our next problem. All right, in this section here, we're going to be working with 38 divided by 3. So we not only have a tens and a one, we don't have just a ones place, we have a tens and ones. So I know that, I'm going to rewrite it. We know that we're making 3 groups because that's our divisor. We're making 3 groups here. However, we have 8 ones, so I'm going to put 8 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and we have 3 tens. 1, 2, and 3. And here I'm going to put that bracket, right, that is going to tell us that we have to make our groups, and I'm making this kind of a double bracket so I know it doesn't belong, right? That is kind of like our base, right? You can kind of almost fill it in a bit. Now, we're going to do 3 groups. So I'm going to do 1, boom, and boom. And this is where we're placing our dots. So let's start with our tens. I'm going to place a dot here, boom, place a dot here, boom, and place a dot here, boom. And it's one group of 10. So one group of 10, right? One group of 10. And here with our ones, let's see if it comes out evenly. I got 1, okay, 2, and then 3. Awesome. I got 1, 2, and 3. All right, it doesn't look like it comes out evenly, but I know I have 3 groups of ones, and it looks like I have a remainder of 2. So, boom, right? 13 with a remainder of 2. So our quotient here is 13 with a remainder of 2. But let's check to see if this is indeed correct. So let's do some standard algorithm practice. So my standard algorithm is going to be right here. I'm going to list my multiples of 3. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, and 18. I'm going to stop. Okay. Now, with standard algorithm, we are focusing on grouping. So we have 3 groups here. That's our divisor. And we have 3 tens here. Okay. So that means how many groups of 3 can we get out of 3 tens? So 3 can be divided into 3 tens once. So one group. And here you can see we have one group. So my quotient is going to be 1. All right. And then how this works is 1 times 3 is going to be 3. And we can subtract these 3 tens and make them 0. And this is when we bring down our 8. And then from here, how many times can 3, we just do this again. How many times can 3 be divided into 8 ones? Okay, 8 ones. So we're going to focus on 3, 6, 9 goes over. So it's going to be that 6 twice. So it's 2. And then it's going to be 6 ones that we are going to subtract. And we have a remainder of 2. Nice. Oh, sorry. A remainder of 2. Awesome. Now, let's check our work. We're going to multiply the quotient times our divisor. And that is 3 times 2 is 6. And then 3 times 1 is 3. Plus the remainder. And we should get our dividend is 38. Awesome. All right. So we definitely did this correct. I would like for you to do, remember, pause the video anytime if you need to go back and kind of retrace your steps and get some practice with our standard algorithm and our place value. What I would like for you to do is finish page 101. So doing 5 and 6 today as practice and just kind of honing your skills here. Try 5 and 6 on your own and begin with 6 divided by 4 and 86 divided by 4. Remember, 4 is our divisor. So that means that's going to be our groups. Okay? That's how many groups we're working with here. All right, everybody have a fantastic day, and I hope that this is kind of clicking for you, this division and this standard algorithm.